All right, in the last video we were cutting this out because we're going to extend this out. So let's keep going, shall we? All right, we got it cut out. So now what we're going to do is glue an extension on the wall here and this part over here, and then we'll glue this on here so it makes, and I can tell you now my platform isn't big enough. So let's go ahead and glue this on. What we should do is put some tape on it to hold our new joint better. Okay, we have one wall on. It's going to look like that. Now let's go ahead and put this side on. Get a couple pieces of tape ready. Now we have our cut open spot, and this will just get glued in here like that, and we will have added more dimension to our castle. Now all we got to do is put a platform across here for a roof, and like that, and we can build our wall like this across here, down here, and over that way, and it gives us more of a, I don't think we need to put another window here. I don't think I'm going to. Too many windows. So let's just go ahead and get this going here. All right, I have this piece cut here to fit on here. that. So let's just go ahead and glue this down. All right. I think we're done for today. We should probably do something with that up there. Probably should. All right, this is what it looks like inside now. You can see we have the room. This was where it was cut off, but now we've added a good amount of room to it. And here will be the floor, maybe about this big. And here's what we gain now for the stairs. Sidewalks here, walkways here, walkway there, the grand staircase here. Maybe we can come down here and then go here and then down and then swing it around to face the door. That might be what we need to do. Anyway, this is where we're going to close for the night. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's our castle. It looks different from the last time you guys saw it because I've been working on it. And because the work I was doing on it, I had to be right in front of it. I just went ahead and did it. One of the first things you're going to notice right off the bat, and I would really appreciate you telling me, is the tops of our towers. I really don't know if I like that. I just, does it look stupid? I don't know. I don't know. Then I went ahead and I cut. I just want you all to look. Now look at the inside where we have room. To work in there. Look at this beautiful room. I put this piece of wood here simply as a temporary roof support. I have some dowels that are going to be our columns here, and they're going to be where this board is, or piece of wood is. We'll go down along here and up here and across here to support this roof because I cut it open and I glued the peaked roof on it. And that hot glue works really, really good. There's a lot of misalignments, but it's good enough because when we start putting our interior plaster on here, this should pretty much all be covered up, smoothed up. But we're going to be putting these dowels in. I don't know if I want to wrap it in white contact paper to look like marble or just stain them or seal them. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. But this is a little bit at a backwards angle. I know you can see it because I can see it. And what I did wrong was I cut the front where I had this walkway over the main entrance. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. So I took and pried off those, you can see where I had them, exterior columns. I pried them off and threw them away. And I cut the whole front of the castle off. So when I glued it together, the only part I successfully, correctly glued was this here part that brings it out from the wall, because when I glued it up here, I glued the back part of this addition to the side of here. And that was correct. But what I didn't glue correctly was when I glued it to the front panel that I cut off here, I glued it to the top instead of to the back, because putting it to the top of this increased it just that much in height. So this should have been glued right back here, which would have kept everything in line. And that's where I messed up. Now I don't know if I want to pull this off and reglue it in the correct position, if this little bit of an angle actually even makes a difference. I mean, because the cutting I did on this thing really isn't that precise anyway. So does that little bit really matter? Now the second change I made was, you saw me all do this, cut this out and bring it back. And I like that now the change, that bringing this out and this out now gives our castle dimension. It doesn't just look like a square box with some strange looking thing stuck on the top of it. I don't know if I'm going to leave these here. I don't know if it adds value to this or not. I haven't made that decision yet. Or if I should just wood chisel them off and put one here, or just leave it as smooth. I don't know. It might make the platform I want to make here easier to make if this was gone, and then I could make like a balcony here. So they could come out this door, walk along here, and go to the balcony. That might be a better way to do that. But again, I like the because this changes my thoughts for the whole inside now. Because I'm still going to go with the two walkways, but the walkway comes out here now, and I'm going to have, like I said, the columns all the way here, so the walkways will connect it, and we'll have this nice little thing under here, the nice thing up here to walk on, and back here the rooms can come out just a little bit, and then we will create our staircase here. Over here, this will, the walkway, I don't know if we're going to make the walkway come straight out, or if I'm going to make the walkway match the angles in the wall now. I went ahead and I glued the whole castle to this big piece of cardboard. I left plenty of cardboard everywhere, because if I need to break it loose and reposition something because I got it glued twisted or whatever, or if I simply want to make landscaping around it, because on real castles they have piles of rubble at the base of the walls where the stone covering chips off and falls down. I want to try and mimic that with some little bushes and things also. I don't know yet what I'm going to do for the covering of the roof. I was thinking of straws and then cutting them in little lengths and then cutting them in half lengthwise, so we would have like ceramic tile, curved ceramic tile. Or if I may just try putting the joint compound on here and just going with it. I don't know. But right here, we're going to make, by this doorway, we're going to make a walkway across here, then come out a little bit, and here will be a balcony across the front. I like that idea, and that's what I think we're going to work on. Today's project is we're going to, using scrap piece of cardboard, I'm going to try the joint compound and the rocks, and then the joint compound alone to see if it will hold to the cardboard and which actually ends up looking better. But today we're actually going to start making the outside sealed. I guess is the word I want. Up here, you can see where I left part of this, because this is where we'll make that wall, and then I'll leave it open and then make the wall here a two, so it'll be a two-tiered wall all the way around. I'm thinking maybe for the fronts of the walls, that embossed paper I used on the blue dollhouse dining room ceiling, I maybe might want to get some of that and cut the squares out and then just feed them into the fronts at random points of these walls, because that is going to go up here in the ceiling as well, and on here and here is those, and then probably on the front of our stairways here and down the sides of the staircase. Well, welcome back. I cut the front off. I cut the complete back off, and I made a new back with this addition added onto it. And here's all the pieces that I cut off, and I cut up, and I just, using the measurements from here and what I want to push it out, I cut some new. So this has to come down. I was correct on this original line, so I need to cut that down to it, and it should pop right in with our addition over to the side here. And then all we need to do is come out here and go down one. But I need to make an adjustment on that cut, and then we need to, wondering if this hill here, no, it won't. Yeah. This will work here, and then we can go in, and I'm just, you know what, I think I'll just cut fresh new cardboard, and we'll be done with it. I need to get this back together because it's going to start falling apart pretty soon. So, I'll be back. I had reached a point where I was struggling because I didn't know what I was doing. So I took Cheryl's advice and I watched this program, Secrets of a Castle, where they're actually building a castle in modern times. They're using all the tools and the resources. They're living in the huts and eating the same food they would have ate back there. Extremely interested. I'm so glad I went and watched it. There's more of it, but I saw one that changed my thinking. I'm doing a lot of things wrong because the castle isn't necessarily what I'm building. The castle is the whole thing around, but we're focusing on this. So I went ahead and I cleaned this all up, got all those many little edges and corners and things cut off. I got these edges re-squared. I put a new piece of cardboard on here. And as you can see, I laid the beginnings of our roof. I'm extremely happy with where we're at now. So let's explain a few things, and then the next video we'll start doing things. But I just wanted to get you all on board with what's going on. I'm doing a lot of things wrong. But at some point I would love to make it exact replicate of a castle. I can't. I probably could, but the space wise it would be a monumental task. So we're going to go with what we got and just keep blazing ahead. Now back here I found a large piece of cardboard that we had used as a drop for when we were painting. So that's got some paint speckles on it, but the rock that's going to go on it, it isn't going to matter. So this is what it looks like on the back side. I went ahead and I cut 2 doors. I don't know if I should have, but I did anyway. These, because once I get the tower on here, I can't get at it to cut so the hinge will work. Working with cardboard, I have to tell you, is an incredibly interesting thing to do. It is so forgiving, but it has its own rules, and it's lightweight. I can't begin to imagine what kind of a mess we'd have if I had tried to do this with plywood. So if you've never worked with cardboard on a scale like this, give it a try. It's an effort worth doing. Anyway, this is now one profile, because we're going to go with a tower here. And on the tower up here, we're going to have another door. And then here we're going to I'll make a little platform here, I think. And then we'll have a walkway over here and then down to the ground here. Stairs, walkway, door, tower. I think that'd be super cool. That's where we're going. The tower will go here and it'll come up. I believe I had 26 inches. So it's going to be going through the roof here. Now inside here, you can see how much cleaner it is in there. I don't have all these little walls jutting out here and everything's nice and square. It's a lot cleaner. Now when I was doing this ceiling for this roof, I was noticing she was bagging. So I put these supports in it and I'll have dowels going here. I think I will stain them and not wrap them in marble shelf paper. Over here now, you can see I enlarged the windows except for this one. And this one is even too wide. It should be just a slit if I were to be absolutely technically correct. Over here, I may add another slit because the windows, the shooters, the arrow archers used were just narrow slits and there were little holes in here, but we're just going to go with a slit here. I had a door cut for this and I don't know what I did with it. I was in the process of fixing this. Somewhere when I was cleaning up my space, I lost it. So now I have to find it. Anyway, our tower is going to go here. It's going to come up here and it's the roof part, top part and roof of the tower will connect up here. I was going to cut this out, but I'm not going to. We're just going to do there. And the tower that I have made, I so like better than the one I had. Okay, I cut doors in it. I put this nifty platform in it so when you're running out, you can jump out either door. I give it a window to look through. I think I'm going to, and this should just be a smaller one. I'm going to leave that there. And I don't think I'm going to put the arrow slits in here. Just because I don't think I'm going to do that. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, and the roof up here will fit like that. I have the soffit and fascia here to glue under here. It'll go from the front of the tower to under here because all roofs have soffit and fascia, but we're just going to have a soffit. And under here, I have to cut this, so this will go back against the wall. I have this piece I'm fighting here, I added. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not because the back of the roof sits on it like that. And when this isn't here, it's just straight across and there's this little gap here. So this will, and then the one I have for here is wider and it'll help the roof stay focused. We'll see. So that's what that's going to look like. And I like this one so much better. I have another one marked on the cardboard for the other side. And like I said, that one will be just a little bit taller. Okay. So, I just wanted to catch you all update on what I'm doing. I'm going to try and find the cardboard that I had cut for that door. Let's just go ahead and remake this door, or remark it, so I can get the glue drying of where it's got to sit. I have a nice piece of cardboard. It is the same thickness as this. So we're going to try and get it lined up as best we can. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach inside and draw a line around the shape of the doorway. There's our shape. Let's get our cutting mat. And we're going to cut this out. Alright, so now we have this in. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to put some of that white joint tape. I'm going to put some white joint tape over here and over here to create the hinges for it to work. But I think I better cut it open first. Okay, so I have been working on sealing up the windows. I took some of the bricks that I had made and had painted one side of them I had colored. The other side is still the eggshell color. So those are the ones I'm fishing out, and I'm lining the windows with them so you don't have this rough edge like you do on the door here. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to continue on with the back side. All right, so let's get working away on this here. I have all my tools here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the brick. It's got color there, but it doesn't there. So we're going to put some glue on the painted side, or the colored side. And we're going to pop it right in the window frame. Press it down and go for our next one. I just like that it finishes it. It doesn't leave that raw cardboard edge there. Now the ones that have the bricks that have color on the back side of it, I'll just hang on to those for maybe another project in the future will come up. I could use a brick. See, like that, it has printing from the egg carton on it. And I can't use those this time because the side I could have used is colored. So I can't use that. But once we have the glass in, doing this will help me figure out how to finish the windows from the inside of the castle. And I really like the name of Greystone Manor, but until I can come up with greystone or more eggshells, egg cartons, I think we're going to have to go with something like Redstone Manor or Redstone Castle. But I like the name, so I need to figure out something better than just the castle. So I have these 4 windows trimmed. Now this one, I'm going to be cutting this one into a door, and this one has to get sealed off because the tower is going to go here. And right here on the tower, I want to put another door, so there'll be a door here and a door here, because out here will be a walkway across. So this side is done. And I don't plan on doing any more changing of plans because at some point I need to keep focused and keep moving ahead here. So I'm thinking I should probably just go ahead and measure this door, cut it out, and I can use trimmings from here to seal up this door. And then in here, I'll have some kind of, well, we'll be mudding sheetrock over it. So I'm going to go ahead and measure. Now, I want the door 3 inches wide and 6 inches tall. So let us measure what we need to have here. So we're going to have to seal this up a little bit, because if the door is here when it opens, or the doorway, I think we need to seal it up just a little bit. So let's go ahead and we're going to want 1 inch there. This is 2 inches. This would be 3 inches here. That gives us enough room here. Okay, so make a straight line down, as straight as we can. Okay, and over here, go as straight down as we can. Let's go straight across here, because here we can just put a flat part on where it comes up. Okay, so now we need to make it 6 inches long. So there's 0, and there's 6, because here will be the the level of the walkway. Okay, there's our door. So, we don't need a door on here. I guess we do. Because the door will need to open this. No, how can the door open? Because we have to be careful what we do now, because what we cut will be in here. So do we want a walkway? The door could open this way. Okay, so let's just do it that way. So we can't use what we cut out of here to fix that. We're going to have to splice in something else. Because we'll still have this to fix. But either way, let's just go ahead and so it's got to go cut this side out. Okay, now we need to cut this seam here so we can fold it open, because we want the hinge to be on that side, so we'll need to cut this. And I cut it. I gotta tape it. I can't believe that went all the way through. So we'll have to tape this to act as the hinge we want it to have. Okay, there's our door. All right, we have a door. It'll be inside the tower. We only want a door because of the way it'll look inside here. So what I need to do now is fix this square or rectangle, and then fix this one. So I went ahead and I repaired the window and tried to create something of a fold over here so it would work as a hinge. Anyway, all that has to dry. I cut the bottom stairs door out, so we're ready for the tower to go right across here. I repaired this. Now I think I need to, while I have it apart, before I put the towers on yet, I need to figure out the door for up here. Or maybe I should put the door on this side of the tower with a balcony coming around it. No, I don't need to do that. I just need to figure out which way I'm going to get the door, get access to the tower in. So I think I'll just go ahead with the door here. And then this will leave this whole back wall for whatever we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and measure it out and cut this out, leaving the door so it swings inward. So I don't think I need, after thinking about it, a door here to get into the tower, because the tower has a door on this side as well as that side. So this side, they can just run out the door and on the balcony, or they can come on the balcony and go in the door there. We don't need to cut that wall.